Hi, today we're going to look at installing pressSIGN version 4.5 on a Mac. pressSIGN now works on a server and client basis. The server has all of our job info and database, but it doesn't contain the common pressSIGN front end. The client contains the now familiar pressSIGN interface. It represents our working environment for measurement and job creation, and it also contains our advanced job interface where we can search for previous jobs and analyse figures, generate reports, or export data for plate curve generation. The client also contains the information for our licensing and the serial numbers which define whether we're a standard, pro or trends user. pressSIGN comes as a default as a one server and one client system. This allocation allows for a single client to be connected to the server at all times. However, the client software is not limited to a single machine. It can be installed on as many machines as the user wishes, but can only by default be accessed from one machine at a time. Additional client licenses can be purchased for simultaneous access to the database. When we start the installer, pressSIGN's unique auto detect function will check first if there is a server running on the host machine. If so, it will auto run the easy install with both the server and the client options ticked to ensure that both elements are running the same version. If there's no server running on your machine, the installer will check the network range to see if there is one running elsewhere. If it does, the easy install will default to a client only. If it fails to find another server, the installer will default to again install both the server and the client. If this is the first time pressSIGN has been installed, then it's important that the first installation is done on the machine you intend to use as the server, and that both the server and the client are installed. So as we begin the installation, just a couple of things to note. This will install the client first, and then it will install all the software involved with the server element. So here we're confirming the legal requirements of the software license before selecting the install destination. For our support purposes, it's normally easier to run with the default. And once we start to run an install, depending on how your machine is set up, it may ask for authentication. Here, I'm just entering the first authentication for the client. This won't take long to install. Once it's done, we close, and the pressSIGN installer will automatically install the server if that's part of the original configuration. As you can see, it's already detected a server on my machine, so it's going to update that here. Again, we'll be asked to authenticate, and because the server installs more than one package, we may need to authenticate a couple more times. Again, here and here. Now we're coming to the end of the server installation, and we've almost finished. Finally, upon completion of the installation, this simple text file is displayed detailing the IP addresses that were detected on this host machine. Most computers now have multiple interfaces for TCP, so you see more than one interface displayed in the file. Take a note of all of this info, because it can be used as a quick reference when configuring the server address location when installing additional clients. Thank you very much.